Police making an arrest after a frenzied fight at Miami International Airport.
Two women going at it while other travelers instigated that fight. Let's go to Local 10's Leanne Motorhome live now with this wild video. Leanne.
And that video making it to the public freakout sub on Reddit. If you know anything about that, you know it's got to be a big public freakout, a big public chaos event for it to make it there. Lots of people talking about this one everywhere, and it happened right here at MIA. Complete chaos unfolding near Gate G15 at Miami International Airport. The video now making the rounds, going viral on social media. According to a document from airport police, quote, units responded after passengers were reportedly fighting aboard the aircraft. Passengers had to be deplaned due to an irate female refusing to comply. Police went on to arrest Alexis Beatty from Chicago for disorderly conduct and breaching the peace. This is far from the first recent incident of passengers from or at MIA getting out of hand. Two groups of people were recorded fighting in the American Airlines terminal last month. One witness told us the scuffle may have started over available seats on the plane. Police arrested 20-year-old Jamil Dequeer for disorderly conduct. And on May 1st, police in New York arrested a woman for reportedly assaulting a flight attendant during an American Airlines flight from Miami. Detectives say the woman punched a flight attendant after refusing to comply with mask requirements. As for the incident that was captured on that video we showed you right at the top of the piece, we understand that when she was on board the plane, she allegedly was getting violent with the flight crew, belligerent with some of the other passengers, and then what you saw here when she got off of the plane. Eventually, all those passengers got back on the plane and over to their destination, and Beatty was taken to the local jail. Reporting live at Miami International Airport, I'm Leanne Motorhome, Local 10 News.
Quite the scene there.
All right, shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. I said, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahushai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahushai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahushai, Brakathe Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles who've labored faithfully in this truth and are the true teachers of Israel today. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Habayath Madawadah, the house of David, the brothers that's laboring to make their calling of election sure, day in and day out, helping seal the elect of the nation of Israel for the return of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai is at hand. And to the Akim and Akwathim who also listen and believe on Hamashiach Yahushai, to you I say shalom. So shalom to the hopeful elect. You know, this is Brother Sakalah coming back with a lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear through the Rakak Kodash, which is the Holy Spirit. So I'm going to jump right into it. As you see the title, you know, of this article, actually of this video, another chaotic airport fight caught on camera in Miami. The title of the video that I'm going to give it, you know, is this is the product of black culture and thuggism. What we witnessed and what we saw in this video was the product of black culture and thuggism. So let's get into it without further ado. I'll start in the book of Isaiah 51 and 20, and it reads, Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord Yahweh, the rebuke of thy power. So the scriptures say that our sons have fainted, starting with the head, which is the men, you know, of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, starting with the tribe of Judah, on down to the men. It says thy sons, but it's speaking about the nation, because each nation is started, you know, through the seed of the man. So thy sons start with the men on down to the women. They have fainted. And what does it mean to have fainted? Let's get that definition. This is in the Blue Letter Bible, and this is the word H5968, and this is that word fainted. It says to enwrap oneself in disguise oneself to faint. It says, let's see what we got in the Hebrew lexicon. To languish, to faint, to faint. It goes into languishing. It says to languish with thirst. So our people have languished. They have fainted. And why have they fainted? Why have they fallen? It's another way to go into that. Why have our people fallen? You know, the scriptures also speak about how the children of Israel, you know, are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So, Isaiah 51:20, that lack of knowledge is the lack of them knowing who they are, who they truly are. You know, and coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments, coming back to the righteousness that is the Holy Scriptures. But once again, the Scriptures say our people have fainted, and part of them fainting also goes into losing their way. They have fainted, or they have lost their way. You know, they have wandered out of the way of righteousness. So Isaiah 51:20, thy sons have fainted, meaning they've fallen out of the way. They lie at the head of all the streets. This is where you see Jake at. So now the streets is brought wherever Jake is at. He brings that same street mentality, you know, which is the product of black culture and thuggism. So if he's in the airport, you know, if Jake is in the mall, we see the same thing. Anywhere Jake is at, you see, you know, this same spirit, you know, ensues. So they lie at the head of all the streets. It says, as a wild bull in a net. And it goes on to speak about how they are full of the fury of the Lord. So it's the fury, the rebuke of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Most High have rejected 2/3, as it is written. Israel have not obtained that which you seek it for, but the election have obtained it. So 2/3 are full of the rebuke of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because the Most High has not chosen them. The Son of Righteousness has not shined unto 2/3 of our people. So it says, and I want to get to this point here before we continue on. The scriptures say that they are as a wild bull in a net, which this is a metaphor. A wild bull in a net is a metaphor for a person or a group of people who have lost their way or do not possess self-control or discipline. You know, which basically means that they are, you know, and have a beast-like mindset. So this wild bull in the net, speaking about our people, speaking about how they don't have self-control and discipline anymore. And one of the main reasons why is because they don't possess the Spirit of the Lord, you know, which is they have turned away, they've turned aside away from the laws of the Most High, which is our righteousness. When you read Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, which is our righteousness amongst the nations. So it says, once again, they are like a wild bull in a net, which renders them to be beast-like. So I got another precept through the Spirit showing you that beast-like nature of the children of Israel, as you saw, you know, in that airport fight. Ecclesiastes 3:18, I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. So the sons of men, you got the 3 classifications of people: the sons of God, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked. So it says the sons of men here, and this can be applied to our people, because our people that don't follow the laws, they are likened unto heathen, which are the other nations. So it says, Ecclesiastes 3:18, I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, which is 2/3 of our people fall into that category, that the Most High might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. So our people are beasts. Once again, that's why it says they're like a wild bull in a net, which is a beast. You know, that's that wild bull in the net. Uncontrollable nature, ungovernable, you know, no self-control, no discipline, just very wild and loose. That's the nature of our people. And when you see stuff like that, it's vexing and it's embarrassing, you know, as an Israelite, you know, when you see that, but you understand the reason why it's like that when you come into the knowledge of the truth. But it's still vexing nonetheless. So, going back to Ecclesiastes 3:18, It says that they might see that they themselves are beasts. They are beasts. And that's the nature of Jake. He's a beast, a brute beast. Continuing on. Verse 19. And what makes him a beast is that he's without the laws of the Most High. That's what made man stands upright. Speaking of the righteous people, which the laws, statutes, and commandments, this word was only for the Israelites. That's what make our people stand upright before the Most High, the God of heaven and the earth, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know? Ecclesiastes 3:19, for that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man have no preeminence over a beast, for all is vanity. So when we see our people like this, we know that they are that multitude that's going to perish, that was born in vain, when you read in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, because all is vanity. You know, it says they have no preeminence over a beast. So they are likened unto a beast, you know, which is once again their nature. The nature of Jake is a bestial nature, you know. So, continuing on, let's get another precept. This video won't be too long. I'm going to close it out here in a second. This is the book of Isaiah, speaking of that beast nature, speaking of the true nature of the children of Israel. You know, that wild bull that's in the net. This is Isaiah 1 and 2. It says, hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth. For the Lord Yahweh hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. That's why the Lord said that they are full of the rebuke of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Back in Isaiah 51. So, that rebuke is due to the fact that the children of Israel rebelled against the Most High. When you go into that word rebel, it goes into being at war with God, with the Most High. Our people are now at war with the Most High. You know, they're fighting against the Lord. And they're doing that by what? By not adhering to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, because the scriptures tell you in Proverbs 28, you know, the evil man understand not judgment. It also goes on to say that, you know, those that forsake the law, they praise the wicked. And it proceeds to say in the 9th verse, those that turn their ear from hearing the law, their prayers are an abomination. So the Most High is not with 2/3 of our people, you know, because they have become abominable workers of iniquity. Isaiah 1 and 3, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. So them jakes you see fighting in the airport, you know, fighting in the malls, shooting each other, selling dope, murdering, you know, the women is given over to whoredom and wickedness, all the evildoers, the iniquity that goes on day in and day out. You know, the main reason why is because our people, they don't know who they are, and they don't consider that they are the children of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So not knowing who you are and not considering the Most High has left the nation of Israel, you know, in this place, you know, a perpetual downsliding and backsliding and falling, this fallen state, this through culture, which is the product of black culture, once again, thuggism. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. It says, our people do not consider, it says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, speaking of the children of Israel, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. See, this is the anger, the indignation of the Lord. Once again, it said in Isaiah 51 and 20, this is the rebuke of the Most High. The spirit that's on our people is the spirit of rebuke that the Lord has given unto the children of Israel. They are gone away backwards. See, they've gone away all the way backward. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. You will continue to rebel, like the Lord said. He nourished and brought up children, but they've rebelled against him. You know, meaning they're ungovernable. They won't come into the, into this glorious light, which is this gospel, which is this truth. That makes them ungovernable. Because you have to come back to being a participant in the law, you know, and then have the faith in order to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in spirit and in truth. The whole head is sick, so all the tribes are sick. You see, at the head of the tribes, the 12 tribes, the tribe of Judah, is the most through because it's the head tribe. So as the head goes, so goes the body. So it says the whole heart is faint. Their minds are gone. They have fainted. They've lost their way. From the sole of the foot unto the head, there is no soundness in it. There's no soundness in our people. But wounds and bruises and putrefying sores, they have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. So there's no way to cure or to heal the sickness of the 2/3, except for the Most High to allow them to burn in that fire, which is the second death that's coming. Continuing on, verse 7, your country is desolate. See, our people, which is our nation, is desolate. That's why the scriptures say that, speak about the nation of Israel, when it says your country is desolate. I got a quick precept right here, real quick, through the Spirit. This is the book of, let's see. See if I can find it real quick. Yeah, this is it. This is the book of Zephaniah 2:1. It says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation, not desire. So Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are looked at as a nation as not desired. So back in Isaiah 1:7, it says, your country is desolate. Speaking of our nation, your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence, which our land is the land of Israel, who currently the 1948ers reside in. The fake Jews, the Jewish people, the Ish people, hey, they have divided our land and they've devoured it. So continuing on, it says, your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate and overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left. See, our people are left now, because the scriptures say that we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come. So it says that the daughter of Zion, which is the children of Israel, is left as a cottage in a vineyard. And that vineyard is speaking about the children of Israel. As a lodge in the garden, and they're in that garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. So they're like a besieged city, a city that's been destroyed. Verse 9, except the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we would have been like unto Gomorrah. So except for the remnant that the Lord left, which is the elect, the Bakario, that's going to be the salvation of the nation of Israel, and that righteous seed is going to bring back the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and that will be established in the kingdom of heaven. But 2/3 of our people have to be destroyed, as it is written. So, except the remnant, except there be a remnant. Now the conduct, the lack of morals and ethics, which is a result of not following the laws, once again, is a product of black culture and thuggism. So when you go into black culture and thuggism, black culture is a result of what? Western civilization, which I just did a video on both of my pages speaking about, how Western culture has failed the world. Now, when you go into the definition of thuggism, it goes into thuggish. When you look up the word thuggish means of a thuggish nature, which is a cutthroat or a hoodlum. It says a criminal, a violent person, or a gangster. So what you saw was violence from our people, because that's the only way they know how to express themselves, because they don't move, think, or act with rationale, with poise and prudence. They're not prudent. So that's the rebuke of the Most High. That's why they act in that beast-like nature, because they have been rejected by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They have not come into the knowledge of this truth. So that is the thuggism, part of this title that I wanted to go into. So once again, the definition of thuggism is of a thuggish nature, a cutthroat or a hoodlum, a criminal, a violent person, or a gangster. So you just saw, that once again is the rebuke of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So with that, I hope that was edifying to the hopeful elect. Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are the true teachers of Israel today and have labored faithfully in its truth. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Habayath Madawadah, the house of David, the brothers labor to make their call of election sure. And to the Akim and Akwafim, the brothers and sisters who listen and believe on Hamashiach Yahushua, to you I say shalom as well. Shalom.